Hi, I am Shortybiscuit and welcome back to my channel. You may have seen me making pizza before on my other pizza oven, but now I have a new pizza oven. I have been at my job for 20 years and I got to choose a gift, and this is the gift I chose. So this is the Ooni Karu 12 pizza oven. It is a multi-fuel pizza oven that does charcoal and wood and propane. I personally don't like wood and charcoal. I don't want to stoke a fire, but the only option was the Karu, so I chose that. And I also got the propane burner. So I am going to get both of these out the box and set it up. I already owned the Ooni pizza book because I've used it before. And so I used it to make the dough in my bread machine today. And I am going to set it all up and get some pizzas making. So on top here is the pizza stone. I am going to put this aside so that I don't break it. Okay. So one of the reasons why I am switching pizza ovens is because the other one is almost 50 pounds. So when I've had to take it with me places, A, it's big, B, it's heavy, so it takes up a lot of room in my vehicle. And in addition to which, I have yet to figure out how to get it to sustain temperatures while I make more than 10 or 15 pizzas. So it's perfect for the backyard and staying here when I'm making 2 or 3 pizzas or 4 pizzas, for the family to eat. But when I have to make pizzas for a whole group of people, it just wasn't working out. So I'm hoping that this does that a whole lot better. And that it's also easier to carry because it weighs less than 30 pounds with the pizza stone inside. I'm going to put the box on the ground so that I can put the pizza oven on the table. And there it is. It's out of the box. See if there's anything else in the box. Nope. Nothing else in the box. It has the section in the back here that you use with the charcoal and the wood. I'm not going to be using that. I'm just going to put that away. And I know there's a chimney or something as well that goes in this hole. Okay, so yeah, this is the door that goes in this section where the wood usually would go. I guess I would keep it in place when I have the propane tank connected. Inside this box is, we're figuring this out together. Oh, the chimney. I should have guessed that. The chimney is in the box. The cover for the chimney. It's a lot of plastic and packaging. Okay. So we have the chimney there. And here, it looks like the tray for the, yep, that's the tray for the wood and charcoal. I'm not going to be using that, so I'm not even going to put it on. And I'm going to get the propane attachment open. So, okay, so there is, it's a one-piece thing. The hose is already attached. I have options for propane tanks because I have 5-pound tank and I have 20-pound tank. So depending on which tank I have with me, that'll be the tank that I'm going to use. Okay, and there you have it. It seems self-explanatory, so I'm gonna have to remove this piece. So there's already a piece on the back here that I'm gonna have to take off, and once I take that off, I will attach the other piece. The gas burner is attached. I'm gonna attach it to the propane tank that I have here on the floor. The chimney has to go in place as well. And there's locking mechanism I can see here. All right, it's locked in place. And there's a little thing here that controls the baffle, how much air is getting in and out. And that goes on the back. This is what's used to plug the hole that the chimney is in. Now that I have the chimney on and the propane adapter in place, I'm gonna get the legs out. Oh, and it's easy enough to expand the legs. Okay. All right. I'm gonna turn it around. You can see. So physically, it is pretty big. It's taking up almost as much space as the other oven, but with the legs, it makes it a little bit more compact. Now that it's upright, I'm gonna hit the stone in there. It is a tight fit. So if this is anything like my other ovens, you want to slowly open the valve on the tank. Okay. And then on the back here, slowly open this as well. Ooh. Oh yeah, you can see that from the front. I'm gonna let it go. All right. And I'm gonna turn it up. Yeah, it is on. I'm going to put this on, and I'm going to put this really thick heavy dough on. And wait for it to warm up. I went inside and I built my pizza. This is a 10-inch screen. My other oven would fit two 10-inch screens side by side, so I've just gotten used to making 10-inch pizzas. This is spinach and bacon. Let's see how hot it has gotten in there. The stone is registering 6, wow, 650, 600s. Yeah, it is definitely hot in there. So let me get this pizza in and see how that goes. So unlike my other oven, I'm not going to be able to make 2 pizzas at once. However, if it is quick, then it really wouldn't matter. I can hear the sizzling inside of there, so I'm going to take a peek in case it needs to be turned. Well, the cheese is certainly bubbling in there. Wow, definitely needs to turn. I may need to get one of these with a longer handle to properly turn, but it is looking good, and it's been in there maybe 45 seconds-ish. Pizza coming. I shouldn't peek, right? Oh, it is getting dark up there. Wow, it went from almost done to being very done in seconds. Woo. First pizza done. I am gonna cut into it. Oh, I want to see what the bottom looks like. And it's not very dark under there, so I'm probably gonna have to, whenever it gets to the correct temperature, turn it down a bit so that the flame, because as you can probably see, like, that flame is all over the top there, which is what I didn't get with my other oven. The flame was just on the bottom, and on the top it would reflect the heat back down. But oh my God, that is hot. I have an apple pie that I need to make, so I'm probably just gonna bake it in here, because why not, right? It's an oven, and I'm gonna see all the things that I can make in this. But yeah, so far I got pizza that I'm going to eat and try more things. I got my pizza cut and God. Nothing beats freshly baked pizza. I haven't been buying pizza for probably a couple of years now, really, because I have a pizza oven and now I have 2 pizza ovens. Oh, this is good. I made the pizza and now I'm gonna make pie. So this is an apple pie. I made the pie crust last night and the rest of it today. I was a little bit concerned about the cold cast iron on the stove, so I did put it on my stove top for a little bit, just to get it a little bit, just to take the edge off. And so I'm gonna check the temperature of the oven. It's on high. I know I'm gonna have to turn it down. Yeah, it's in the 800 range. So I'm gonna turn the fire down. Turned it down on low because I don't want the top of the pie to get charred and the pie itself not cooked yet. So I wanted to make sure that the stone got hot. So wish me luck. This is solid. All right, it is in there. I don't know how long it's gonna take to cook, but I will keep checking on it. Maybe I'll peek on it from the back here. That's the only thing I kind of wish that it had a glass door. I know there are other versions with a glass door, but this was my only option, so I went with it because it works. Obviously, I should have turned it down because it took seconds for the top of the pie to already start looking charred. So I'm gonna let it cool down a whole lot more before I finish the pie off. Well, I burned the top of the pie. Some of you may have seen that coming. I'm a newbie. So thankfully it burned and like the whole thing lifted off in like little pieces. So I had more topping. I just added more on top of there. I'm gonna try this again. I have it on what I think is the lowest level of the flame. So we will see. It is not billowing over the top. Gonna keep a close eye on it again. It's a good thing. It took seconds for the top of this thing, and it's the sugar, so it basically did like a flambe and the whole thing was aflame. Going in again. I'm gonna leave the door off. Maybe that would help keep it cool and so that I can see it, what's happening. Let's hope for the best. I can see the whole top is getting brown on this side. Gonna rotate it some more. I think that's the fastest I've ever cooked an apple pie. I'm gonna hope that the apples and everything in there is cooked. There's a first time for everything, and there's a learning curve, obviously, and I'm somewhere low on that curve, but it's all good. I'm gonna have my apple pie for dessert after having my pizza for lunch. It smells really good, so we're all set. I am calling it quits on the apple pie because I don't want to get any darker. It is sufficiently dark. It's a nice looking pie. The crust looks to be cooked. I'm gonna hope the apples are cooked. But if not, it's apples. You can't eat them raw, right? I checked a couple pieces of the apple underneath and they were a little bit firmer than I wanted. So what I'm gonna try is to put some foil over the top, which I guess I could have started with, to protect the crust from getting any darker while I allow the apples inside to cook a little bit more. So maybe the next time I cook a pie, I will cover it, let it cook inside, then remove the foil and let the top get dark. But, you know, live and learn. I can smell the pie and the apples, and you know, once you can smell something, it is done. So slide out of there. Oh, steam. I can see the steam. Yes, that is, oh, need smell-o-vision for this. This is beautiful. So I call this pie done. The pie is ready to eat, and I'll find some vanilla ice cream and call that it.